Welcome to Life Beyond Clinical Practice.
Welcome to a new year and a new chapter of Life Beyond Clinical Practice. I'm officially declaring 2026 the year of reinvention in motion. And if it's your first time tuning in today, I want to say a special welcome. I'm your host, Dr. Diane, and today we're doing something powerful. We're not just launching another year of content, but we're stepping into a new phase of who we are becoming as a community. Because Life Beyond Clinical Practice is no longer just a podcast. It's become a movement, an ecosystem, and a shared space for clinicians who are ready to reimagine what their careers and their lives can become. And this year, we get to build it together. Over the past 2 years, hundreds of clinicians have found their way here because something inside of them has whispered, I've outgrown this role, or there has to be more than this. And instead of silencing the truth, you honored it. You listened to it, and you're tuning in because the message has resonated. Now, 2026 is the year we stop just treating that feeling as a problem and acknowledging where we are at, but we start honoring it by responding to an invitation to evolve, to reinvent the things in our lives and careers that are no longer working. Here, clarity replaces confusion, courage replaces self-doubt, and possibility expands when we step into planning our next level of career growth. So this is not just another year of quiet frustration, listening in and hoping something will change. No, 2026 is going to be the year of aligned, intentional, and purpose-driven action. So if you've been listening quietly from the sidelines, I invite you to take action this year. Get off the sidelines because change will only come when you take bold action and trust the process of reinvention. Now, if you're new here, I want to just lay a little bit of a foundation. Life Beyond Clinical Practice exists for clinicians who are ready to step into the next phase of their careers with clarity, confidence, and courage. Clinicians who've done well, who've enjoyed the season of clinical practice or whatever roles they may have been, but who acknowledge that it's time for next level growth. It's time to move into something that's more purposeful, something that's more aligned, that stretches them into new levels of growth. So, if you've been feeling that way, know that you're in the right place. And I want to just let you in on what we're building in 2026. You can expect a supportive professional development ecosystem, as well as pathways that move you from self-discovery to strategic clarity and then confident action. Because I know if you're listening that the message has resonated. Now we need to start doing the work to move you in the direction of tangible results. And know that no one should pivot alone. And this is why I'm intentionally building a community, because we are stronger together and our collective voices of misalignment, reinvention, and purpose-driven careers will really snowball into something that impacts the world in a much greater measure. So I encourage you to add your voice to the conversation. All of us have an innate need for sharing our personal stories. And when we share those, our stories of reinvention can collectively echo across the world, and we can change the narrative of what career pathing means for clinically trained professionals who know that they have more to offer the world besides direct patient care. So this year, our work will center around 3 big commitments at Life Beyond Clinical Practice. The first being is expanding the pathway to career reinvention. We've spoken lots about career pivoting in 2025. Now it's clarifying your next steps so that you are supported, so there's an intentional pathway that gets you to the career result you desire. Secondly, growing this community of possibility seekers. Because honestly, most clinicians sit wondering what else is out there for me. But when we are able to see possibility, it becomes easier to pursue those things. Your confidence grows and you can then chart a pivot course. You feel less vulnerable and it seems less risky when you can see a path ahead of you. So exploring what's next, not just for your career, but also for your personal life, is what I hope you will get out of this global community of possibility seekers. And then thirdly, deepening the quality and impact of every transformation. Because you matter. As much as we're building a global community for peer support and a collective voice, the individual journey is what matters. And we don't want your experience just to be informative, but personally, I want to see it as life-changing. See you light up on the other side of your pivot journey because we've done it right. We've supported you in the right direction and you step into meaningful positions that utilize the best of your skills, your passions, and your abilities. But I also want to remind you that reinventing your career or career pivoting is not about abandoning your identity. Many health professionals have that secret fear that somehow you're walking away from the thing that made you, the career, the identity that was so much a part of you for so many years. But know that it's about growing into your full potential and the fullest expression of who you are becoming by building on that clinical identity. So what's coming in 2026 and how can you be a part of it? Well, I want to run through some of our programs that we are planning for this year and the experiences we are designing with the intention to meet you where you are at in your pivot journey. We'll be launching the Career Clarity Diagnostic Toolkit later this month, helping you name where you stand right now and identify your next step because everybody's at a different place. And you may not immediately be ready to start your pivot journey. So the Clarity Diagnostic Toolkit is exactly for that purpose, for you to identify if you're in the red zone, green zone, or amber zone, and what you should do next. Then following up on that is the Career Clarity Accelerator. This is where we turn those insights into direction, the reflections that you had from phase one into tangible steps in carving out a pivot path. And that's really just the beginning of planning a career pivot. If you want guided support, your next stage in the pivot journey will be to sign up for the Pivot Crash Course. And this is a masterclass style group coaching program run over 8 weeks, facilitated by myself, and really delving deep every week into different aspects of what it takes to reinvent your career, so that at the end of the 8 weeks, you walk away with a tangible pivot plan that you can implement, reflect on, refine, because you would have done the inner work, you would have done the planning, and you will know with absolute clarity what direction you're taking your career in for the next phase. And then we're not just going to leave you abandoned after 8 weeks. Know that you will be invited into a mastermind community for longitudinal peer support, sharing of insights, pivot lessons, as we all delve deeper into this concept of reinvention and what it means to give expression to different aspects of ourselves in different phases of life, in different roles. Really just nurturing a collective community of growth-minded, clinically trained professionals so that you can stay in the community for as long as you want, and that's really just taking you to a leadership level in whatever phase, whether that's within the health system, in entrepreneurship, whatever course you choose, you will still be able to benefit from the mastermind community. So that's really the pathway to pivot success, the pathway to reinvention and exponential professional growth. And then if you want one-on-one support with me directly, I will be refining my VIP coaching offer. That's where you'll get intense coaching from me on a bi-weekly basis so that we can really carve out your pivot plan, coach you on the different aspects that you may be struggling with, whether that's mindset, whether that's stepping into different types of roles and how to position yourself. And that's really what the one-on-one coaching is all about, working with you in an individualized capacity in the areas you need help with to plan the next phase of your career. So that in a nutshell is what we are launching in 2026 that I hope you'll be a part of. And then there are some broader professional development opportunities that we are also looking to invest in. And the first is the Student Leadership Initiative. And this is really to take senior students in clinical programs around the world, select group of them, who we earmark as leaders within their field, who can branch out into different types of roles. And the program's really designed to nurture growth, confidence, leadership ability, and also to expose these students to expanded career opportunities so that when they graduate, they already have an idea of their pivot path. So if you know someone in a clinical training program and they're already thinking that they don't want to stay in a clinical role for the foreseeable future, the Student Leadership Initiative is exactly for them. And then lastly is our internship opportunities. Twice a year, we have an intern intake. We're doing our first cohort intake this January. And that's not just for sort of students looking for work experiences. Honestly, I have interned for another organization a year and a half ago because I wanted to know what it takes to grow a brand and an online business from behind the scenes. And so that really gave me insight into the different pieces that have to come together to grow a movement of this magnitude and, that is purpose centered. And so you may be a young health professional thinking, I want to do something creative or I want to get into the online space. Well, look out for our intern calls when we put those out. And one of those opportunities may be something that takes you in a pivot direction and opens up new professional opportunities for you. So know that these are just not offerings, they are vehicles of transformation. Whichever one resonated with you, they are designed not for spectators, but for active participants. And that transformation is really the goal. We want you to be a collaborator, co-architect of the future you want to create for yourself, and we want to be a partner in that journey. So this year, I don't want you to just be an audience member and celebrate the number of downloads I have on the podcast, but I want you to engage in the Life Beyond Clinical Practice story as we grow. I'd love for you to partner in this movement we are building and in your own life to see the transformation we desire for those who are seeking more in their career. So if you're here for the first time or the 100th time, it's because something inside you is waking up. A longing for more meaning, a hunger for alignment, or a desire to live and work in a way that reflects your values, your strengths, and your evolving identity. And so I want you to hear this. I want to reassure you that your career is allowed to evolve. There are bigger shoes for you to fill out there, and you have it within you to fill them. Don't doubt yourself. So I invite you to partner with me in this reinvention journey and make 2026 your best year yet. And know that I'm here to help, and together we can rewrite your story and make this year count. So as we wrap up this episode, I want to close with this. A reminder that 2026 is a year of transformation. In this year, we are choosing clarity over confusion, courage over comfort, possibility over limitation, community over isolation and purpose over performance. And we are doing it together. So if you're ready to move from passive listening to active participation, here's how you can step into the most phenomenal year of your life. Join the conversation in our community spaces on LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook. Subscribe to our newsletter or the YouTube channel. Attend a workshop or sign up for an Accelerator offer. Step into coaching or the mastermind community when you're ready. Share your story because your voice strengthens the collective narrative. And invite other clinicians who also need this space. This year, I'm asking you not just to consume. Let's co-create together as a movement, but also in your journey. Because life beyond clinical practice, as I said, is no longer just about my story. It's about your story and the story of so many other health professionals out there. It's our movement. And together we're building the future of what health professions education should be teaching. And that's how to build aligned, purpose-driven, and beautifully expansive careers that impact our world in meaningful ways. So here's to an awesome 2026, the year of reinvention in motion. And thank you for partnering with me on this journey. I can't wait to hear your story and to engage with you in one of our offerings this year. Be blessed.